Hello everyone. This is a stupid game. I know, great opening, right? I have been playing this now for the last 3 hours straight. I cannot get myself to stop playing this. So I thought, you know what? Why not pass my torment on to other people? So, welcome to Neurodivergent Laundry. Doing Neurodivergent does laundry? I don't know. The game is Laundry Simulator on Roblox. That's what it is. And, you know, I mean, you can see that I've done some leveling ahead of time. You know? Why is the sound so low? I mean, it's fine that the sounds are, like, it's... Sorry, it just seemed like the audio levels are just weird. Let me turn that down a little bit more. So I thought I turned the music down, but I turned the audio, like, sound, the game's sounds themselves up. Because I was enjoying the sound, the dulcet sounds of the... Dulcet the right word? Anyway, I was enjoying the sound of the freaking you know, washers here, I guess you could say. So yeah, hopefully it's not too loud. So, I am playing this in what is probably one of the least efficient ways that you could do this. But I don't care because Neurodivergent-ly says screw you. Or I guess in this particular case it's more screw me. I just, you know, my basket can hold 40. I can put 40 into a thing. So I don't have, like, you'll see, like, other players have, like, their pets running around and helping with the, like, gather the laundry. And I could buy, like, better machines. But my neurodivergency doesn't care about any of that. My neurodivergency says there is 40 in a that I can put in a basket. I can put 40 in here. And I'll show you a little why, you know, why neurodivergency kind of says screw you about that, especially. Because the way that these have been working is that you start out with some really crappy washers. Well, a really crappy washer that can only hold 5 items at a time. Goes really fast, but can only hold 5 at a time. But then it goes up to, it increments by 1 at a time, which is super annoying, because then you get into like 11 and 12 and 13 and 14 and 15. And the baskets, meanwhile, increment in groups of 5. So I literally can't buy like 11s and also like match that with what I'm grabbing with the basket. Not unless I do some chicanery. Now, I did just upgrade my basket to 45, but despite that, it won't really do anything because I'll still only be able to hold 40. Because the game will limit me from being able to actually grab anything more than what I can put into the washing machines. So I'm still actually only picking up 40. Truthfully, upgrading my basket did me no good at all. It really just makes it so that I can carry more. So, but yeah, I have been sitting here just doing this over and over again, endlessly, and I cannot, like, stop. I can't stop. I'm not even, like, enjoying this. Like, as I'm doing this, it's just like I'm just like super anxious. It's like I gotta get, kind of thing. I don't know. It's a neurodivergence thing. It's really the best way that I can explain like how I'm kind of feeling as I'm doing this. So, like, it's neurodivergence at its core. And I don't know. I've been sitting here doing this for 3 hours now. Prior to this, so here's the thing. I've been thinking about looking into Roblox because there are some, I wouldn't say professional games that are on here, but like there are games on here that are being made and getting like very popular and getting onto stuff like, game theory, for example. A good example of that, would be Rooms. Is one of the games that Game Theory has covered that is a Roblox game. So I was thinking like, let me look into what it takes to make a Roblox game, And there's a lot. But it is kind of akin to like Unity or like Unreal Engine. where, you know, you create prefabs, you throw them into, you know, the editor, and you can basically just kind of create whatever you want. I think, honestly, the first thing I'm probably going to do is make the generic, you know, obstacle course that, you know, I can post. And then from there, you know, as I continue to learn the tools and things, maybe, you know, if people could help or something. If I can convince myself to, you know, keep up on the projects and things, you know, maybe I could make some games, some stuff, you know, that people might want to play. Such a satisfying gameplay loop, though. Freaking 40 in, 40 out. 40 in, 40 out. Pick up 40. Click, 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 click. And this is the max washers, by the way. You can only have a line of 8. You can't, like, put any above or anything like that. But there are, like, bigger washers that take longer to wash, which I find funny. But, like, you earn more money, you know? Like, each upgrade will earn you more money than the previous upgrades, but they will also take more time to wash. And, you know, you can sit there and have many, you know, you sit there and just have more and more and more washers and things. But yeah, I mean, they take up space. I mean, you can see, you know, some of these people have, like, multiple. Somebody was in here earlier with an absolutely ginormous washer, but I wasn't, you know, recording at the time, unfortunately. So I wasn't, I can't exactly show that, obviously. But yes, these are considered the small washers. You know, they're the standard size. They're the size that you start with. So I keep collecting these badges, but I don't know how to do anything with them. Like, I haven't seen any, like, there doesn't seem to be any buttons for, like, equipping badges. I think it's really just badge is the term that they're using for achievement in this regard. But yes, I am doing this horribly inefficiently. I'm not using my pet. I'm not using the best washers that I can get my hands on right now, you know, etc., etc., because 40 in, 40 out is just that. So such a satisfying loop that it's difficult for me to want to like break that. So, but yes, this is my character, obviously. You know, I don't have any Robux, so everything that she has is all free. Somebody wants to help me customize her a bit more. I wouldn't mind the donation, but I'm not expecting any donations or anything like that, so, you know, don't feel like you have to be like, oh, well, I gotta give you Robux, you know. Oops. The point is, like, I'm fine with this look for now. Things are just a little tight this month in terms of, like, finances, due to the fact that I've been having so many doctor appointments. And, like, I actually took a week off of the stream last week due to that. Partially because one of those appointments was a colonoscopy, which was a, like, 3-day freaking thing that I had to do. And so, like, I had to take, like, 3 days off for that to begin with. So then I was just like, alright, combine that with the other things I've got, I'm just going to take a little while off. And next, you know, and then this week, there weren't, this week didn't have much in the way of, like, doctor appointments. But next week, while I don't have, like, a 3-day, you know, long procedure. Waha! Well, there you go. Remember what I was saying about absolutely ginormous freaking washers? I got jump scared by that because I turned around and it was just massive two massive washers. That was great. I loved that, actually. This is Sriracha. Sriracha has these two massive washers here. Don't know which person is Sriracha, but it is Sriracha that has them. I think that might have been that person, actually. And they've got the big, like, 70... Oop, I don't have enough space. This person. Sriracha 0325. If you're Sriracha 0325, leave a comment down below. But yeah, you can see, like, normally they have, like, a pet running around to help them out. You know, gather clothes, bring them to the washer. I don't, because it messes with the flow. I was actually getting really annoyed earlier because I had started to figure out how to get a flow. And then my pet would just mess it up. And I was like, I wish I could just turn off the pet. I figured out how to get a flow going. But the pet keeps messing me up. And then I went to go buy another pet and realized that I could just turn the pet off when I was in that menu. And I was like, oh, well done. So I just turned the pet off. I was hoping I could get like a better pet. Because all the ones I have right now are the common. I have like 4 or 5 pets at the moment, but they're all just the common pet. And the common pet only has 5 slots. Like they can only grab 5 items in the basket. Supposedly they have levels. You can see this. The wolf here is level 1, but I don't know how to level them up. There doesn't seem to be a level up menu of any kind or anything like that. So but yeah, so today has basically been me sitting here playing Roblox games. One, to kind of like study the way that Roblox games are designed. But also, there is a game called Mining Simulator on here that is ridiculously fun. It's actually not at all, but it's definitely a neurodivergent style game where it's just one like gameplay loop over and over again, and there's nothing more to the game. Ooh, okay, 10,000 coins. I'll take that. Like, it's literally just you go into a mine and you mine. It's not even like it. The thing is that it's not even like Minecraft style. It's literally just you go into the mine and you sit there and just mine the random blocks that are there. And that's literally all it is. You mine until your inventory is full. You come back up, you sell. You use coin that you have obtained so that you can then turn around and freaking like buy better stuff, you know, buy better like mining tools and such. And then you go back into the mine and do more mining. And that's the entire gameplay loop. And there is really nothing else to it aside from every once in a while you rebirth so that you can get more coin per like run, you know, per item that you sell. And that really do be about it, honestly. So and I played it for a while, enjoyed it, as much as I enjoy anything. You know, I enjoyed it as much as I'm enjoying this, which is I'm not actually really enjoying this. This isn't really fun. But yet, here I am anyway. You know? Like, there's nothing fun about this. But there's something about, and again, I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the neurodivergence. There's something about a repetitive, like, gameplay loop. Where it's just like, boom, boom, boom. Doop. And then go and do it again. And there's just something about that. That where I can just play this game, and even though I'm not having fun, I can't put the game down. You know? Like, to me, and that's the thing, like, if anybody were to ask and I don't know what the term is, but a person that is not neurodivergent, I think the term is neurotypical, but I'm not entirely sure. Like, if somebody were to ask, you know, is the game that isn't neurodivergent, like, is this game fun? Like, no, not at all. Like, you would be bored to tears. But for a neurodivergent like me, for some odd reason, this is just, I literally can't stop playing this. And it's so dumb, and I hate it. But yet, here I am, still doing it. Still playing it. I can't stop playing it. I'm not having fun at all. This game is boring as frick. Because there's, you're literally doing nothing. Nothing exciting is happening. And yet, like, it's not fun, but it, like, scratches the itch for some reason, you know? But that seems to be the way a lot of, like, simulator games are. It's like, you know, when I play Supermarket Simulator, it's not really all that fun. You just kind of sit there and do the same thing over and over and over and over and over, and you don't really do much else. But yet, I can run entire 6-hour streams of it without even a thought. And then suddenly realize, oh, it's been a 6-hour stream of this. I should probably stop playing, you know? I probably should consider adding some kind of, like, custom music. Yeah, there's Sriracha over there. That person right there. I'm betting they have the big, like, 75, possibly the bigger one. That's just the biggest one that you can get, like, without Robux. But yeah, like 75, like, item basket, basically. But then you need Robux in order to do more. I gotta say though, I bought this flavored water. And I really generally dislike flavored water because it's that you can't really flavor water without adding stuff to it. And at that point, it's not really water. You're not really just drinking water. You're drinking a liquid with other crap in it. You might as well just buy Gatorade at that point, kind of thing. And like, I usually hate flavored water. And I don't know that I don't know that I feel any differently about this flavored water. It's called Liquid Death, which is fun. I like the name of it because it's like, yeah, you know, murder your thirst, you know. It's real interesting. But the one that I bought was grapefruit, which I'm assuming is meant to be like a fruit punch type of drink, you know, or type of flavor. I definitely don't know what it tastes like, which, you know, sounds odd, might sound odd considering that, you know, I was drinking it, and thus you would think that I would know what it tastes like, but I feel like every, like, sip of it that I took, it was a completely different taste. It was so weird. And it was just like, there were times where I was like, oh yeah, this tastes good. And like the next sip I would be like, this is disgusting. And so I haven't made up my mind yet on it because apparently my taste buds just can't make up their mind on whether it's good or not. It is supposed to really just basically be water. You know, they don't add a lot of crap to it, kind of thing, you know. And if there's one thing that I have come to realize lately, it's that I do suffer from a pretty severe case of dehydration. I really am very bad at keeping myself hydrated. Mostly because I drink a lot of sodas. But also, I just don't drink anything unless I'm thirsty and feel like I need to drink something. And the problem therein lies that I am neurodivergent. And apparently neurodivergent people like me can just not feel thirsty, not feel hungry. because our focus is on something else. And a couple of days ago, I had it where I had to, like, drink something before I went to bed. Whoops. Because I realized that that particular day I had gotten up. I had drank my usual protein shake that I usually have, well, breakfast shake, whatever you want to call it. You know, that I usually have in the mornings. I have to take a laxative, and so I put that into a breakfast shake. You know, and it's good. And then after having my breakfast shake, I had grabbed a can of Mountain Dew for my daily morning caffeine. And then about 10 hours later, I had realized I had drank nothing else the entire day. Literally nothing else. A breakfast shake and a can of Mountain Dew in a 10-hour period, and nothing else. And it was literally when I realized that I hadn't drank anything since I had finished the can of Mountain Dew that my body went, oh, hey, I haven't drank anything. I'm thirsty now. But apparently I can just not feel thirsty, and I've said it before, like, I don't feel hunger, like, almost at all. Like, I will, if I haven't eaten at all during the day, literally, you know, gone the entire day with eating nothing at all. As I'm lying down to sleep, I'll be like, oh crap, I haven't eaten today. And I'll get like a little stomach, like, cramp, a little bit of like a stomach cramp. And I'll be like, ooh, I should probably eat something. But that is, like, quite literally the extent to which I feel hunger. I can go the entire day without eating and not even realize it. I just don't feel it. There is literally nothing that my body does to send me a signal that says it's time to eat. You know, I don't have stomach growls. Even when I think about, like, oh, I haven't eaten all day, I still don't get stomach growls. You know, I just kind of get, like, stomach cramping, where I'm just like, ooh, okay, I like my stomach. I need to eat something. And I mentioned this in my Discord, on my Discord server, a few months ago, maybe even up to a year, or possibly slightly more. Yeah, I just always kind of thought the whole, somebody's stomach growls and it goes brrr. Was just kind of a comedic little joke in cartoons. I didn't realize that people that aren't like me legitimately do have that. Because I've just never had that. I don't know. And there was somebody in my server that was like, well, that doesn't make sense to me because it's like a chemical response. Like, you should still have experienced that. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Because, like, legitimately, I've never experienced, I've never experienced that. At least to my knowledge. But also I don't know. Maybe I have. And again, I just don't know because I don't realize that, this particular thing is what people mean, A good example of what I mean by that is the saying, I can picture it in my head. I've always just kind of assumed that was just the saying. It's like, oh yeah, I've even said, it's like, I can picture it in my head. Like, I know what I'm trying to do, It wasn't until I discovered that aphantasia is a thing that I realized, oh, when people say that they picture it in their head, or I can see it in my head, or, something to that degree, they mean they get an actual image in their mind. I don't have that. That doesn't happen for me. I can't, I don't get that. I can't even, form words in my mind, let alone full-on images. If I am thinking, I am speaking. If I am silent, there are no thoughts going on in my head. That's just the way it is. And I said that the other day, yesterday I think, while I was out shopping. I was trying to think of something, and I could not for the life of me think of it at all. I kept thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking, and nothing would come to mind. And then I started talking. And I started talking about the fact that I was getting frustrated by the fact that I couldn't think. And I commented I need to just talk. Sometimes I try to think, but really if I'm thinking, I should just always be sure that I'm talking, because if there are no words coming out of my mouth, there are no thoughts in my head. It is, as they say, no thoughts, head empty. And of course, I'm saying all of this in the middle of Walmart to myself as I'm passing like 3 people who all turn and just kind of stare at me in confusion. You know, it's like to them, all they'd see is this girl, you know, going by, and just out of nowhere, she just suddenly says, "No thoughts, head empty." That's just the way it is. You know? And so they like stared at me in like confusion, and I was just kept going. I kept going. I was in one of the little, my mom calls them bikes. I don't know what the proper term for it would be. Am I the only person here now? Oh, I am. Yep, I'm the only person logged in at the moment. At least on this server. There may be others on other servers. But that does mean that I get all of the clothes to myself. And that means that I can grab, like, you know, I can, you know, get all the silver and gold clothes, and if like ruby clothes spawn, I'm guaranteed to grab them. Though I do see Zai Plays This has just, you know, shown up. So I'm now not the only person here. But it does also, like, because there's so few people here now, it means that the amount of clothes on the conveyor are going to go down drastically. Although, maybe not so drastically if they have, like, good machines over there. I don't know. Oops. I'm at capacity. I forgot that I hadn't emptied. I just saw silver clothes and wanted to grab them. But I was at capacity, so I could not. I'm at 164k monies. So that's not bad. You know, an hour of gameplay here. Oop. Kukumbora. Actually, Sai Plays This or whatever the name was. Like, they've logged out. They're not here. They might have tried... They might have, like, gone to another server or another game and they realized, like, oh, there's actually nobody on this server. I don't know. I don't have any issues with playing on a server that's pretty much just me. You know? It's not a big deal. Because I'll just keep doing it like this. You know? That's just the way it is. I'll just keep doing it like this. I could probably be further along in the game if I wasn't being so overly neurodivergent about this. But unfortunately... that's just how I am. I hate it. It annoys the frick out of me. But that's how it is. Yeah, we now have Kukumura and Mihail here, which is cool. Looks like Mihail hasn't played before, because they have 0 coins. Yeah, they're all the way over there. And they just have the rusty. Wow, I mean that's what it's called. Is the rust is rusty? They just have the original rusty laundromat. Washer, whatever you want to call it. Not entirely sure that they understand how to play. There's a tutorial that does, like, it does run you through a tutorial. They might be doing that. But I also know that skipping tutorials is a semi-regular thing that people do. And so it's entirely possible that they're just like, I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know how to help them either, unfortunately. I don't know how to help them, like, understand what they need to do. You know? Because they can only pick up 5 clothes since they're new. And they seem to be trying to run around to pick up clothes, but their basket's already full. There's Mihail. I thought I was looking at Mihail, but it's... The person that's doing the running around was Vitalim. Or something to that degree. But yeah, they're all the way up there. Oops, spin the wheel has spawned. Spin the wheel is outside. Come on out, hit spin. Spin, spin, spin. 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 Double coins for 90 seconds. Alrighty. Means that these next couple of batches are going to be ×2 coinage, which is neat. Oh, Mihail has left. Urban Kitty has shown up, though. Got 30 seconds. Nagatino, Urban Kitty, Kukumura, Mizink. Not bad, about 3,000. But yeah, I picked that I was going to play this because I have a thing for, I'm pretty sure it's a neurodivergent thing, where I like to sit by, you know, the laundry. Jeezum. Look at the amount of clothes that he's got. Freaking Mizink's over here carrying all that freaking clothes all in one go. Granted, I was gonna say, I haven't looked around. Yeah, methinks over here with the big freaking massive, not massive, but like the big freaking washers. So, but apparently you can like stack those ones. Because, like, you can't do that with the smaller ones. Or if you can, I don't know what the button is for that, because I haven't been able to. Unfortunately, to get the next size washers, I need like 1.2 million coins. And that's going to take a very long time if I continue to play like this. I have considered, maybe once I have enough to buy one of the like 13s. Like maybe when there's like a 13 washer. I can get like a 13 and a 12. A nuke is outside. Oh dear. So there's this bar up here that goes up to 10,000. And when you get to 10,000, that happens. A nuke goes off. And it's not bad. It just makes all of the clothes, you know, slightly radioactive. Which, makes them worth like 3 times as much. Something like that. When you wash them. We'll find out when I actually do the first. When I put the first batch into the thing. But, you know, it makes them slightly radioactive. It makes them nuclear, as the game puts it. And, clean nuclear clothes. It looks like times 2. You get times 2 bonus. So. Which is cool. I prefer the black hole. The black hole is a cooler event. But the nuclear, the nuke is fine as well. You know, it lasts a lot longer than the black hole. The black hole is just worth a lot more. But it's also considerably shorter, so all in all, it probably comes out to about the same amount of, like, money increase. But the black hole basically sucks up all of the clothes and spits them back out as cosmic clothes, which I find hilarious, honestly. You know, considering that nothing leaves a black hole. You know, things go into the black hole, they don't come out of it. That's what a white hole does. Which we don't know if those even exist or not. So that said, there has been some really cool, like, detections lately in, like, gravitational waves and dark energy and, you know, dark matter and stuff like that. I was actually just watching a video on that earlier while I was, you know, mindlessly sitting here dumping clothes into the laundromat and then pulling them out. And I got a badge of some kind. I didn't see what it was. But yeah, there's just been some really neat things coming out with, like, you know, gravitational waves and, like, dark energy and dark matter and things that we've been finding, and it's really cool. I don't know what else I can say other than that, because it's very complex stuff, but it's just it's stuff like, you know, we detected black holes colliding, you know, which we up until recently we've kind of been like, we don't know if they can actually collide or not, because there's this little mathematical, you know, there's this little part of the mathematical formula for two black holes, you know, orbiting each other that seems to insinuate that they can't cross the final, like, parsec and actually, like, combine. But as it turns out, they can. And it's not that, you know, math says that they can, but more just that we don't exactly have a good understanding of black holes, which is not too surprising, simply because you know, math currently tells us that a black hole goes down into infinity. And that doesn't happen, you know? We have no proof that it doesn't happen, but if it does, then black holes are, like, the only thing in all of existence where there is a natural, like, infinity, you know? And so it really doesn't make any sense, but at the same time, that's what the math says, you know? It's like, you plug the numbers into your calculator, you get a smiley face kind of thing, you know? When I plug those numbers into my calculator, I get a smiley face. So, and it's one of those things that does make me question, like, you know, like, we're pretty sure that, you know, that the way we do math and everything is correct, because we have tons of proof, you know. We build structures that last, you know. We create alloys that can only be created if the math that we do is correct. But also, there's a part of me that just wonders, simply because of things like infinity and dividing by zero. Like, you can't divide by zero, but yet it's a thing in math, you know? Like, it is a possibility. It just doesn't work, you know? There's no reason why you can't do 4 divided by 0 or 0 divided by 4. It just doesn't do anything. You know, it doesn't create an answer when you do that. So, and it's one of, to me, it's one of those big cosmic questions of, like, yes, we know that our math is correct in, like, how we use it, but, like, gravity, you know, whoa, like, we knew that Isaac Newton's formulas for gravity were correct. And even today, we still know that Isaac Newton's formulas of gravity was correct, or were correct. You know, his formulas. But we also know that there's more to it than what we thought, you know? And, like, that's where we start to get into things like general relativity. But then, while general relativity works for 99% of things, it still doesn't work on, like, the super macro or, like, super micro scale, you know? Like, you get down into, like, quantum levels, and all of the formulas don't work anymore. And that's kind of like, that's kind of what I'm, like, trying to kind of convey. You know, it's not that I think, oh, you know, we don't know, you know, like, our math is wrong. It's not that our math is wrong. I just think it's incomplete. You know? 1 + 1 = 2, whether our math is complete or not. But maybe dividing by 0 is due to the fact that there's something there that we don't have yet. You know, something that's there that's just incomplete. And we just don't know what that thing is yet. And maybe when we do find out, it'll be this massive, like, revolution, and it'll change the way that we view a lot of things, you know? Or perhaps divide by 0 is just a thing, you know? Just like, as far as we can tell, black holes should not condense to infinity, and yet that's what the math says. Or the science, or however you want to call it, you know? Yeah, this guy is just starting out over here. Kotick. Big monies! Woo! Yeah, we got one of the airdrops which is just nothing but like gold, silver, emerald, and ruby materials. And all of that is worth, like, silver is worth like 1.5, gold is worth like 2. And then you start to get into things like the ruby and the emerald and such that start to get into like 5 times and 10 times, and you know, so it just goes way, way up out of nowhere. So what have you all thought about this? You know, this laundromat simulator, or whatever it's called, laundry simulator. It's called laundry simulator. What have you all thought about this? 'Cause, like, I mean, I haven't done anything different in the last, what, hour? Since we started. I haven't upgraded anything. I haven't changed anything. You know, I've just been doing the exact same 4, you know, batches of laundry per, you know, run here over and over again for the last hour. But at the same time, like, I don't know, it's like, it's not fun, but it's it's neurodivergent is what it is. You know, it's stimulating, I guess, is usually the word people use. You know, it satisfies my stim. It's just, I don't know. It works. Like, I have no other words for it. It's just, it does it. It does it for me. You know? Not to put innuendo there into it there, but like, laundry simulator, like, it does it for me. It gets me excited. Wow. Okay. Maybe that's going a little too far. I don't know about excited. But it does it for me. It's satisfying. It's not fun. It may not be it may not necessarily be fun, but it's certainly satisfying. You know? It's like every time I go like this, boom, like that's a hit. You know? And then, like, as soon as all 4 of these open, and it's just like, all 4 open pretty much all at the same time, like, that's a hit. And then I run around and I grab the things. And then I run back. Boom, 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 boom. That's a hit, you know? Like, I don't know, it just satisfies. It's so satisfying, despite the fact that it's so inefficient in terms of gameplay. Because I am just not using, like, the good stuff. Oh, now see, that's unsatisfying, because I didn't go get it in a straight line. I ended up clicking the second one first on accident. Boop, 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 boop. So satisfying. I don't know. That's the word for it, really, I think, is just satisfying. It's so satisfying. It just feels good. It just feels good. Boop, 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 boop. Let's go talk to Andy. We got 274K. Now, 274 could get me one of these big capacity 14 machines. But I think I'm going to not do that. I'm going to do that instead. And hopefully that will work the way that I'm thinking it should. We'll find out. They're all open right now. So I want to start by doing that. We're going to go into the edit mode. And we're going to knock out these 4. No, I didn't want to knock out all 4 of them because I only bought one of each of those. So this should be 25. And this should be 40, or this should be 20, this should be 25. So now I should have space for 45. And so now I can fill this up to 45. I can drop it off. And then I can go back and fill it up to 45 again. And once I get a bit more money, I should be able to buy 2 more of this blue and green one again. Ooh, black hole is spawning. Oh boy. Oh, but see, these are a different... Oh, that sucks. These are completely different speed. I don't like that at all. Like, they're all completely different speeds. I don't like that at all. That is not satisfying in the slightest. That is the opposite of satisfying, in fact. So yeah, this is a black hole. It creates cosmic clothes, which are these black bits. You know, it creates all these black clothes. And if you look around enough, you'll find like cosmic gold and cosmic silver. Police. I don't know about this. Cosmic 2.5. Getting that 2.5 cosmic bonus. That was the magnet. That was not the emerald shirt. Somebody else probably had already gotten that. Whoops. It's fine. Maybe I got the emerald shirt because I just noticed that my gems have increased. And you get the gem increases from the gem clothing. Well, it's staggered. Like it's definitely staggered, which I don't like. But I can still get a 45 out. Like I can get 45 out of it. I'm just worried that once I add the second batch, that they're gonna start like overlapping each other. I guess we'll find out when we get there. Nope, here's a new player again. Droid! Grab player. I didn't know you could grab the other players. That's interesting. I've never seen that pop up before. It must be that you can only do that when they're like in your like area, in your laundromat. I think this will work. It's certainly less satisfying than the 40. But I think it's alright. I just don't know how I would then increase this further. Because the problem is I can't just do another blue and green like this, you know, for the pinks. Because that would put me at 50 instead of 45. Which, that might be fine if I get the basket that can do 50, now that I think about it. Here I am trying to think about 45 and like, I could upgrade my basket to 50. That would be fine. And then having 50 in the laundry there would be fine. Whoops. I'll think about it. I think I needed like 200k, something like that, in order to get another blue and green. A little bit more. I think we'll do 2 more batches of laundry here. And then from there, we'll probably have enough money for another blue and another green. Like, I should be able to go grab them while these batches are running, kind of thing. Do. Alright, let's go see if we can get another blue and green. That way we keep at the 45 for now. Blue and green. Cool. What's the level 50 basket? 350k. Okay. So I would definitely want to get that before I think about, you know, upgrading these to that next tier. But I do this, and then we go back into the edit mode, and we get rid of those, and we put the blue steel, and we put the green dragon. That gives us 45 and 45. And then once I upgrade the basket to 50, then I can consider buying another blue steel and green dragon to replace the pink ones. So like this. Also, I should be filling them from right to left. Or I should flip them so that I am filling them from left to right. But I'm putting the, well, I mean, the pink ones finish off first regardless. So, like, I guess if I'm filling those first, it's kind of fine. Like, if I'm filling the blue and the green one first, it's more just like these two are like finishing incorrectly. Like the incorrect way around. Also, you do auto grab, but you do have to click to like grab quickly. But the better basket, the better your auto grab is. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna fill right to left. It's fine. Yeah, see, now we're getting more laundry. But also, if I was caring about the actual monies and not the freaking neurodivergent efficiency, I would be wanting to buy strictly the blue one. You know? And, of course, I'd want to be using my pet for, you know, going to go back and forth and get some, and that just makes it messy, and I don't like that. This works. I like this. Honestly, I like this. Yeah, I have a thing for I don't, because I don't think I finished saying what I was saying earlier. I have a thing for like sitting by and listening to like the dishwasher or the dryer. So that said, I might actually have to stop playing this soon. You do a lot of clicking. And so my fingers are getting, or my finger that I'm, clicking with is getting a little exhausted at this point. Considering that I've been playing Roblox freaking clicking games all day. So, and if anybody's watching this, on the day it came out, there was supposed to be a stream on the 13th. February 13th. It was scheduled and everything. And it didn't happen because freaking Thursdays are proving to be a day that I'm just not having a good time with streaming. I really don't want to cancel my Thursday streams because I really would prefer that I'm getting 5 stream days in. But such is life, I guess. Maybe, 4 isn't too bad. So, it doesn't help that the freaking pharmacy is having issues with my antidepressant prescription. As in, like, I haven't been able to get refilled due to the doctor that would usually fill that not being around for the last, 4 months. So, yeah, let's just say that yesterday and today I've been off my meds. And I am 100% aware that, it's affecting my mood. But there's not much I can do about that, unfortunately. All I can really do is try to call tomorrow and see, what can be done. Call the doctor tomorrow and be like, hey, I get that you need this other doctor to do it, but I have none. I need, I have none. I need, this is not I want, but I need, because I have none. So, needless to say, this has affected my mood today, and will affect my mood tomorrow, and will affect my mood for an unknown length of time, until this problem gets fixed, which, Usually it only takes a day, but this is a special case where it wasn't my fault that freaking I didn't get the prescription. This time the doctor has been unavailable. And I'm not entirely sure if the other, like, the doctor that I usually see was prescribing it at first, but due to me seeing a specialist for it, I don't think she's allowed to prescribe it now because of that specialist. Except it's the specialist that I've been unable to see due to, you know, whatever's been going on. They haven't really explained the situation to me. They've just been like, yeah, she's just not been available. She just hasn't been able to do it. So, I'm wondering if, like, maybe, like, she got COVID or something, and she just has not been able to recover from it. Because, like, the first time I talked to them, you know, the first time that I went in there, and they were like, yeah, she won't be able to see you and everything. They were like, yeah, she's sick, so she hasn't been able to do anything. And since then, they've just said she's still out. They haven't said she's still sick. They've just said she's still out. And so I don't know what that means exactly. All I know is it's not fun. I need my antidepressants in order to not die. That would be very nice. I would like to live. I don't know that I would like to live, but it's keeping me from not, it's, you know, keeping me alive. And it's just that may not be guaranteed is all. Spin. Got to it just in time. I think. I'm not sure. Maybe it didn't give me anything. Oh, I bet it gave me, like, clothes. Except that my washing capacity was full. I didn't even think about that. I should have left. I should have left those empty until after I did the wheel. Oh well, it is what it is. But yeah, this is just me sitting here doing the laundry. Over and over and over again. You know what? At the moment, it's keeping me sane. Oh, I didn't see the claim button down here. So, that's what it gave me. Is this. One pair of gold underpants. Good. I mean, technically that's not bad, but... like, I could have gotten, like, 20,000 coins. I'm just saying. Instead, I got gold underpants, which are going to be worth, like, barely anything. And that player was like, what am I, why can't I put these in? And then I came over and started putting stuff in here, and I think he went, oh crap, this isn't mine. I think that's what that reaction was, like, oh wait, this isn't mine. Yeah, could have gotten like 100, I could have gotten like 10k coins. And in the end, all that the wheel itself actually gave me was like a couple thousand. After selling? I don't know. What exactly am I doing? Ooh, couple of silvers in there. I'm just doing other people's laundry. That's all I'm doing. I should, like, take a picture of the washer. Like, my legitimate, like, in-home washer. And use that as the thumbnail for this. That would be hilarious. Like I did other people's laundry as like the title. I mean, you already know whatever I did. But you know, if that is what I did, now you know like where the idea came from. I did other people's laundry. And I mean, it'll still be clearly marked as Roblox. What, like, why am I justifying what I do to people who have already seen what I've done? Like, almost 2 hours ago at this point. But we're an hour and 45 minutes in. Like, you knew what I did before we got to this point. You know? Like, why am I sitting here trying to pretend to, like, justify, like, whatever it is that I did already have done to all of you? Emerald underpants have spawned. Probably already been grabbed. No, they have not. There they are. We got them. Emerald underpants. Those are worth like 5, I think. Maybe even 10. It's worth more gems at least. So we're at 150 gems now. But yes, if there is a picture of like a real washer that is the thumbnail, like that is almost definitely my washer, as in like in real life. Because that just sounds like a great idea to just use like a picture of a real washer. 25 times. Oh. I was way off. But like if I'm just gonna use a real washer, then like instead of going online and trying to find one, I can just use my own. You know? I can just take a picture of the freaking washer. Problem is it wouldn't have like laundry in it. Because nobody has any laundry that they need to do right now. Not in the middle of the night. Unless I save this for the day after in uploading it. Well, I mean, you know when I uploaded this. So, you know when this went live. Is it Valentine's Day today? Are you watching this on Valentine's Day? Did this go live on February 14th of 2025? If not, then any of the above may be the reason why. Any of the aforementioned reasons may be the reason why. Oh, nobody has grabbed the emerald underpants yet. And if they're still there when I go over, I'm gonna ruin my freaking like system here. Just to try and grab them though. Noobs. Didn't even know that there was a freaking times 25 coin item in there. Weren't even grabbing the gold or silver ones. Noobs. Sorry, I have to make a little fun. You know? Like, I'm not trying to be mean or anything. I just have to be, I have to make a little bit of fun. Because, I mean, obviously, they're new. You know. You've got freaking Panziak here, 4,000 coins. And he's literally, or I should say they are literally the second highest person on the board. Meanwhile, here I am, 250,000. So, like, I'm the only person here that is, like, a veteran player. And even then, I'm still a noob. I've only been playing for, what, 4 hours? If this were Final Fantasy XIV, I would still have the sprout symbol on me. Of course, in Final Fantasy XIV, you have to play for like 4,000 hours to lose the sprout symbol. So, I'm not kidding about that either, by the way. Like, you have to be in the current expansion, and even then, like, even if you're in the current expansion, if you don't if you don't have enough playtime, you're still considered sprout. So, unless you turn off the new adventure status /NA status. I used to do that all the time. Because I came from World of Warcraft. And in World of Warcraft, if there was any indication that you were new, people would like kick you from the group in the dungeon. That's just the way it is in World of Warcraft. You know? FF14, they don't do that. Because FF14 is like, hey, be nice or get banned. And it's like, yeah, basically, freaking, you want to, you know, lower toxicity in players. You enforce anti-toxicity. You know? World of Warcraft stopped enforcing anti-toxicity. I mean, rather, I don't know that it's so much that they stopped enforcing anti-toxicity as much as it is they never did anything about toxicity to begin with. And World of Warcraft was fine. You know, it wasn't that bad. Until Blizzard decided, hey, you know what? You know what's a great idea? Let's create a system where it just encourage toxicity. Like that's it. Mythic, like when Mythic Dungeons came into existence, the toxicity of World of Warcraft skyrocketed. Now, I don't know about Mythic Raids, because I think it was Mists of Pandaria that did the first Mythic, and that was a raid tier. But I can absolutely tell you that Warlords of Draenor, when they added Mythic Dungeons, like, it was all Jover from there. Like, immediately, it was all Jover immediately. There was just nothing but toxicity. Which is what happens when you create a system that encourages toxicity, you know? Well, how does Mythic whoop, what the heck? Oh, it didn't deposit when I clicked on the thing. How does Mythic encourage toxicity? Mythic is if you're not good at it, then you're screwed. Like, that's what it is. Like, that is literally the fundamental. The fundamentality of Mythic is if you're not good at it, then you're holding everybody back, and so you're screwed. That's, you know, it's Jover for you already. Simply because you've never ran that dungeon on Mythic. But it doesn't matter that you've never run it on Mythic, because it's all Jover. See, the way that Final Fantasy XIV handles it is they have a system for newbies, if you will, people who have never run the dungeon before, you know, people who have never run Savage before. They can group up with other people who also have not completed the dungeon. And that's how that works. In World of Warcraft, when you look for Mythic, if you're not already pushing Mythic plus 5, then it's already Jover for you. You have no hope. If you just finished running everything on Heroic, you've never run a single Mythic in your life, so you're still Mythic 0. Well, too bad. Because everybody else is already at Mythic 5 or higher. At least that's how it is now. Prior to the big change that they made with Dragonflight, it used to be Mythic 10. Oh, you're still running freaking Mythic plus 6 keys? Nah. Nope. Sorry. I don't touch that. Because it used to be that Mythic plus went up to 20. But now it only goes up to 10. And so a lot of people were already just up at 10 plus. And so if you came in and were like, yeah, I've got a Mythic plus 3 key, the player base would go, nah. Sorry. I'm Mythic plus 3. I've already done Mythic plus 3. I already have that gear. You don't get it. My gear is a whopping 5 item levels higher than yours. Which really doesn't amount to anything, by the way. Because my gear is 5 item levels higher than yours, I couldn't possibly run the same dungeon with you. You know how FF14 deals with that? There's just tiers. Are you doing normal raids? Your gear is 710 right now. Are you doing Savage? Then your gear is 730. That's it. And even then, I think you could get up to 720 without doing Savage. There is none of this. My eye level is 2 higher. So therefore, I am elite. And you are a scrub. Oh, and also the other thing that Final Fantasy 15 does about that is your item level will only be at max. Like your total eye level will only be 1 or 2 above like the average other person. For weeks at a time. I was in a raid where I mentioned to one player, I was like, yeah, I think we were running Juno, and I was like, I really don't like this like raid. But I was saying something about it, and they're like, big talk for somebody with an item level 715 gear. And first off, the chat, the party chat, alliance chat, whatever it was, like already was starting to have a field day with them. But I go, my black mage has eye level 725 gear right now, which was at the time basically the highest that you could possibly have without doing Savage. If you did Savage, you could have had 730. And he was like, okay, so that just means that you haven't done things. That just means you need to go out there and do other content. That means that you just aren't good enough. And the chat, like FF14 players, they don't do that. And so, like, they were already having a field day with him over the 715 thing. When I was like, I got 725, which is the max that I can currently have. And he was like, okay, that just means you haven't done content yet. Like, people just had a field day with him at that point. Because it was like, you're literally playing Final Fantasy 14. Like, you know that this game is not designed so that on day one you can have 730 gear. You work on it every week slowly until you reach the maximum. Over a course of like 8 weeks. Like for the total time. So like, even if I had done Savage content, it's still entirely possible for me to have literally done all of the content in the game and still not be max eye level. And he was like, I don't understand why I'm the one that's getting freaking, demolished here. I'm speaking the truth. One of the people in the raid goes, you would think that a person who is playing the game, like, you would think that the person currently playing the game would do research on the game they're currently playing before speaking. I was like, yep, Nope. I 100%. That guy just apparently did not think that, 725 gear was high enough. Because, well, clearly I just hadn't done content. Oh, I've been able to upgrade that for a while. Let's see. The blue one. And the green one. Cool. Alright. This is going to take a little bit of work to upgrade. But we'll make it work here. This is going to be a little awkward for a moment. Let me just take everything out. And we'll go into the edit mode. We will knock out all three of these. So we can place that, whoops, and that. There. And now we should be able to grab 50. And boop, 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 boop. Nice. My math was right. Oh, and now we're at 45 because I didn't upgrade these yet. Right. So that's the next step. I gotta get another blue and another green for over here. So... and then I'll do like this, where I get 2 blues and 2 greens, so that I create a line of 4 that equals 50. And then we'll just keep doing it this way. Another black hole already? Jeez-um. Probably should have waited to collect anything until after the black hole, because then I could have gotten more cosmics. But it is what it is. And now, FF14, like, you don't... Like, nobody does that kind of stuff on FF14 because gear is so, like, incremental. Like, not incremental, but, like, the difference in gear is so small that if you have 730 and you have 720... it's almost the same. It's not exactly the same, but it's almost the same. I desperately need a drink. I've been talking for 2 hours with nothing to drink. Spin the wheel is outside. Spin. We got some gold shorts. Great. So yet again, useless. Once again, a fairly useless upgrade. Oops, hang on. I need 4 more. I need clothes! Give me that 50. Thought I was going for the 45, but I was going for the 50. So I only collected, 45. And then when I got there, I realized, oh crap, I actually needed the 50. Although, I can probably just upgrade after, like, this batch or maybe next batch. Because I think the blue one was, what, 115k? And then the green one was under 100k. So I can probably upgrade here pretty soon. Especially since these are all cosmics. We'll finish this batch and then we'll go and check. That'll give me the chance to do one quick collection of, here. And thus possibly get a little extra. Now we're at almost 160. I mean, I don't know that I'll do any more upgrading at this point. Wow, I'm glad that I had 160 because it almost was. It was like one freaking 59, And boop, and boop, and boop, and place, and place, and place. Cool. Now we can do 2 batches of 50. It definitely feels better to do 2 batches of 50 than the 2 batches of 40 did. Like, I can already tell you that without even, like, trying. Because I already know that the 50 felt better than doing the 45. Because with the 50, you're waiting on just one, set of washers. With the 45, you're waiting on the pink. And that, when the pink finished, you're still waiting on the green. And then when the green finished, you're still waiting on the blue. Here, we're just waiting on the blue as soon as the green is over. So, it's slightly annoying that it's a full 5 seconds difference, but it is what it is, Leave a comment down below and tell me what your favorite mindless game is. Are there any games that you enjoy where you're not doing anything in the game, You're just doing the same thing over and over again, like this. It's just the same repetitive task. But that's like the entire gameplay loop. That said, I do need to get heading off. This is a 2-hour pre-record, which is already pretty good on its own. But also, you know, one, I'm tired. So probably going to head to bed after this. And 2, my cat is begging for her dinner. And so I need to feed her. And then I'll probably go to bed shortly after that. So, yeah. I don't know. Let me know if you want to see more of any Roblox games. If you do, leave a comment. Let me know what games you want to see me play on Roblox. I'm not planning on any like horror games, you know, so don't expect me to suddenly start doing rooms or something. But you know, if there's something that you really enjoy on Roblox, let me know. And I will at least take a look. No guarantees that I will play, but I will at least take a look. So, feel free to check out the playlist. There's probably just one big Roblox playlist, since I don't know that any of these are going to be series per se. So, you know, they're probably 1 or 2 episode streams, and that's about it. Or pre-records, I suppose, in this case. So, and with that, I will see you all next time. My throat is dry because I need a drink. Seriously, I wouldn't even like think about it half the time until I'm like just that dehydrated. So, but yeah, suppose that'll be it. See you later.